Once upon a time, in the vibrant city of Ibadan, nestled among rolling hills and lush green landscape, lived a woman named Folake. She was in her early 40s, with eyes that held the depth of many untold stories, and a heart burdened by a love lost. After years of service as a nurse in various parts of Nigeria, she decided to settle in Ibadan, hoping to find peace and start anew. Folake's new home was a charming bungalow on the outskirts of the city, surrounded by colorful gardens that she meticulously tended. Despite its beauty, the house felt empty and cold. Her heart was heavy with the memories of her beloved Adewale, who had died during her years of service. His death had left a void that no amount of time or distance could fill. As Folake tried to adjust to her new life, she found herself increasingly tormented by memories of Adewale. They had met when she was a young nurse, full of dreams and aspiration. Adewale was a dedicated doctor, passionate about helping the less fortunate. Their love blossomed quickly, built on mutual respect and a shared commitment to service. But their time together was cut short. Adewale fell ill during an epidemic that swept through their community. Despite Folake's best efforts and those of her colleagues, he succumbed to this illness. His death shattered her, leaving her with a profound sense of loss and guilt. Every night as Folake lay in bed, she could feel Adewale's presence. She would hear his voice whispering in the darkness, and sometimes she would wake up to find his side of the bed warm, as if he had just been lying there. The house, which was supposed to be her sanctuary, had become a battleground of terrors. Folake's days were no easier. She would often see shadows flitting past her windows and feel a cold breeze even on the hottest days. Strange occurrences began to disrupt her routine. Objects would move on their own, and she would hear footsteps echoing through the empty halls. It was as if the past refused to let her go. One afternoon, while tending to her garden, Folake found an old photograph buried in the soil. It was a picture of her and Adewale, taken during happier times. The sight of his smiling face brought tears to her eyes. She clutched the photograph to her chest, feeling an overwhelming sense of longing. That night, as she lay in bed, she heard Adewale's voice more clearly than ever. Folake, my love, why do you grieve so? I am with you always. His voice was gentle, filled with the same warmth and love that had drawn her to him. But also carried it also carried a sense of sorrow, as if he too was trapped between words. Determined to find answers, Folake sought the help of an elderly woman named Iyalake, known in the community for her wisdom and spiritual insight. Iyalake listened instantly as Folake recounted her experience and the haunting presence of Adewale. My child, Iyalake said softly, true love, sacrifice is a bond that death cannot break. Adewale's spirit linger because it feels your pain and cannot move on. You must confront your past and find a way to release him. Folake was both frightened and relieved. She had always believed in the strength of their love, but the idea of confronting her deepest fear was daunting. Iya Alake gave her a small pouch of herbs and instructed her to perform a ritual that would help her communicate with Adewale's spirit. That evening, as the sun deepened below the horizon, casting long shadows across her garden, Folake prepared for the ritual. She lit candles around the photograph of Adewale and sprinkled the herbs on the ground. The air grew thick with a scent of incense, and a sense of calm settled over her. Folake closed her eyes and called out to Adewale, "My love, If you are here, please show yourself. I need to understand why you linger and how I can help you find peace. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, and Folake felt a presence beside her. She opened her eyes and saw a faint glowing figure standing before her. It was Adewale, looking just as he had been alive, with a serene expression on his face. Folake, he said, his voice echoing softly in the night, I have waited for this moment. Our love is eternal, but you must let go of your grief. It binds us both to this world. Tears streamed down Folake's face as she listened to Adewale. I don't know how to let go, she whispered. I feel so guilty for not being able to save you. Adewale's figure moved closer, his eyes filled with compassion. It was not your fault, my love. You did everything you could. My time had come, but our love endures beyond this life. You must forgive yourself and find peace. Folake nodded, feeling a weight lift from her heart. I will try, she promised. I will honor our love by living my life fully, helping others just as we dreamed. Adewale smiled, a radiant light surrounding him. That is all I ask. Remember, I will always be with you, watching over you, but now it is time for me to move on. As Adewale's spirit began to fade, Folake felt a sense of closure. The haunting presence in her home dis- dissipated, replaced by a warm, comforting feeling. She knew that Adewale was finally at peace, and she felt a renewed sense of purpose. In the days that followed, Folake threw herself into her work with renewed vigor. She volunteered at local clinics, offering her skills and compassion to those in need. Her garden flourished, becoming a place of beauty and tranquility where she could reflect and find solace. Folake's journey was far from over, but she no longer felt burdened by the past. She carried Adewale's memory in her heart, knowing that their love was a bond that death could not break. It gave her strength and inspiration, guiding her as she moved forward. Determined to honor Adewale's memory, Folake decided to build a small clinic in Ibadan. Decided to providing free medical care to the less fortunate. She rallied support from the community, sharing her vision and inspiring others to contribute. The clinic, named Adewale Memorial Clinic, quickly became a beacon of hope for many. Folake's dedication to the clinic brought her joy and fulfillment. She worked tirelessly, treating patients, training young nurses, and ensuring that the clinic ran smoothly. Her efforts were recognized, and the clinic received funding, the support from various organizations. As she grew up the clinic, so did Folake's sense of purpose. She felt that she was continuing the work she and Adewale had started, bringing healing and hope to those in need. The clinic became a symbol of their love and sacrifice, touching the lives of countless people. Years passed and Folake's heart slowly began to heal. While she would always cherish her memories of Adewale, she found herself open to the possibility of new love. One day, she met a kind and gentle man named Akin, who had recently moved to Ibadan to start a new life after losing his wife to illness. Akin was drawn to Folake's strength and compassion, and they quickly formed a deep bond. They shared their stories of love and loss, finding comfort and understanding in each other's company. Over time, their friendship blossomed into a deep and abiding love. Folake felt a renewed sense of happiness and contentment with Akim. Why? Why she would never forget Adewale. She realized that her heart was big enough to love again. Akim respected her past and supported her work at the clinic, becoming an integral part of her life. Folake and Akin decided to get married, blending their lives and families together. Akin had a daughter, Titi, who quickly grew close to Folake. Titi admired Folake's dedication to her work and her resilience in the face of adversity. Together, they formed a loving and supportive family. The wedding was a joyful celebration filled with friends, family, and the community that has supported Folake throughout her journey. As they exchanged vows, Folake felt a deep sense of peace and gratitude. She knew that she had been given a second chance at love and happiness. Adewale's memory remained a cherished part of Folake's life, but she no longer felt the weight of grief and guilt. She had found a way to honor their love by building a legacy that would endure for generations. And with Akin and Titi by her side, she felt ready to face whatever challenges the future might bring. As the years went by, Folake's work at the clinic continued to flourish. She and Akin dedicated themselves to expanding its reach, ensuring that more people in need could access quality medical care. They established outreach programs, bringing healthcare to remote and undeserved communities. Folake's efforts were recognized with numerous awards and accolades, but she remained humble and focused on her mission. She knew that her success was not just her own, but the result of the collective effort of many people who believed in her vision. Through her work, Folake continued to honor Adewale's memory, carrying forward the legacy of love and sacrifice that, that had been defined their relationship. She also found joy and fulfillment in her new family. This will be the end of our story today. If you find this story interesting, please support us by subscribing to this channel, like this post, and drop a comment in the comment section. Till we on the next episode, guys. Bye bye.